entire system is based and built upon that. What do you think? It's never going to be enough. Even even theft is not enough. There needs to be more stealing. Everybody got exposed to all these investing apps, and at least 80% of the people that were exposed to investing were not in had no clue about anything or how investing even works prior to the pandemic. At least, I'm telling you, at least 80%. And that worked to the other side's advantage because they know that this is we're laying out a trap. They're laying out a trap that they know that there's no way everybody will miss. They knew that they were going to catch some. They knew they were going to feast. People deposit their money in these brokers. Brokers take them. Brokers are connected with banks. Banks are connected with the feds, the central banks, that is, at least, that does all the repo and reverse repo. Basically, the money gets laundered. What do you think it is? They doesn't matter what assets. The broker goes with some certain assets, synthetics or real or whatever. They don't care. What matters is the money was transferred from your side to that side. How it gets all the way to the top, that's their problem to take care of, and for you to find out. But it's not that hard. You could easily connect the dots. You could easily connect the lines. If you're brave enough to go down that path and you don't want to just keep yourself or barricade yourself within the parameters of your own either fears or fantasies of what you want to believe in. Again, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. Do your thing. I could be in my own bubble. And no one can come and burst that bubble because, again, this is what I believe in. This is what I see. I am no advisor to anyone except for AB. So AB Investment speaks what he speaks to himself. And whoever wants to hear it could chime in. Whoever doesn't want to hear it could also chime out. The broker gets money. Market makers make money. Shorting hedge funds, they get money, which who the leaders of them are. Some of these lords, as I mentioned, in the medieval time, if this was the same setup, the wealth gets consolidated. Remember this. One penny is not a lot. But one penny from billions of billions of I'm sorry, so like even a better example, $1 is not a lot for a system, but $1 from a million people, that's $1 million. Better yet, hundreds of millions of people, even globally. All countries, all markets have been doing the same thing. Out there and here. For years now, for almost 2.5, almost 3 years soon. What do you think? What do you think, brothers and sisters? What do you think? Eventually, AB is not saying, like, I know everybody's like, okay, but the problem is everybody wants to jump to the quick answer. And like, oh, well, tell me, what, at the end of the day, I just want to hear, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? If you don't want to put the time in and you don't want to understand or even help or fathom the idea of jumping in and understanding like this whole thing and synchronize it and sync it in, then don't be coming around looking for cheap and small answers for quick talk. If that's what you're looking for, keep it freaking moving. Go to the next channel and do whatever you got to do over there. I am not here for your convenience. Neither am I here to try to give you what you want to hear or even serve you at whatever cost or whatever, for whatever reason. I'm speaking my mind as one of the community's members. And it's up to you to choose to want to either listen to it or not. Your decisions either way should only be influenced by your own comprehension. But all this money is, and all these entities, if you think about it, for all these years, they keep you thinking that, oh, the SCC is doing its thing and we're changing it. Yeah, we are changing many rules, but this thing was bound to change regardless. Look at it. The digital world is here. Crypto is here. It's bound to change regardless. It's not because of us. We're changing Rule 203 and 401 and whatever it is that people that content creators are out there are making videos out of and content out of, because that's what they love making. Come on, cry me a river. Everybody has an agenda. Remember that. Everybody has an agenda, and it always has to align with their best interest. The question is to you, where does yours align? Where do yours align? What are you after? What do you want to understand? You just want a quick answer on, oh yeah, I think it's gonna squeeze. Oh no, I don't think it's gonna squeeze. That's if again, many people have just been dwindled down and and watered down to that level, stooped down to that level. Just, will we squeeze or will we not? Once you understand again the system and see all this SCC crap has been doing, and the system is being changing and is being remodeled because of us, we're changing it. That's all feeding into the same old crap that has been fed to our parents and grandparents prior to us. Same play, same Hollywood shit. Money's been taken from your account willingly with your own consent because you want to jump in and transfer and make some money, life-changing wealth. How can they convince anybody to jump in? Let's be honest. Most of the community jumped in after the June run-up. Most of the people jumped in after the January 2021 GME run-up. And since GME was at a sky high, they looked for the next best thing. We were the next best thing, and now we are the next best thing. The best thing, as far as AMC speaks. However, the trap was laid. I mean, again, nobody's going to be interested if there is nothing. I'll give you the best example. Look at ticker symbol. Look at ticker symbol PME. How many people are screaming, oh, short squeeze, and are on that and making videos and all that stuff? None. There's thousands of tickers out there, thousands of stocks. But these are the only ones that are coming out. Like, these are the ones that were laid out, and that's why the majority of the concentration is on it, because the hype is there. The hype is there. Have you been fooled? Have you been led to jump into something that the other side wanted you to jump in? My humble opinion, of course. 100,000%. They wanted you to be there. They knew, think of it, let it make sense. The idea of just buy and hold. I mean, the buy and hold has been our best friend, and it's also your worst enemy. Why is that? Because you need to hold in order for the idea of the short squeeze to take place. even if we pile on many and many and many more floats, and you got many content creators out there who are lunatic coming out and saying, we need buying pressure, buy the stock. How many more floats do you want to buy before the buying pressure is good enough? Anybody that says we need more buying pressure on the stock, That means I'm just telling this to all the followers and all the viewers. If you go to a channel and they say that we need more buying pressure, ask him a good question. I tell you what the answer. That's and they all hope that you don't ask them this question. Any content creator that pushes the idea of we need more buying pressure, that means they 100% believe that the floats or synthetics are not truly there, or at least I'm gonna give them a little break, or at least they believe that they don't know if it's 100% there are synthetics or not. So some content creators are going to answer you if you do ask them that question. Some are going to be politically driven, and they're going to tell you, well, we don't have concrete evidence that there are synthetics, because they don't want to say their true answer, which is no, I don't think there are. But they'll just say a political answer. If you do truly believe that there are many floats out there and many synthetics, then the idea of buying pressure technically is stupid. Again, let it make sense. If I bought 100% of something, why do I need to continue to buy more of it if I already own all of it? Unless I don't think that I bought 100% of it. And that's why if you do ask any of these content creators that question, you're going to get a political answer, or you're going to get an answer that obviously means that no, the float is not fully purchased or acquired. How do we know that people are buying and not selling? I know what I'm doing. Do you know what I am doing? You're just going with my word of mouth. That's what each person will say. Brokers knew that the buy and hold, with this whole idea of it's going to be your best friend and your worst enemy, because when you're depositing that money and getting those shares, you're putting the money in there. They're taking money from someone who they know. It's like a loan that is zero interest. In fact, a loan that they could take from you, and the person who took the loan from you. Imagine this. This is what basically I'm the picture that I'm trying to paint. Imagine you go into the bank, but again, we're gonna take away all the regular rules that you know of. Imagine this is a different world. Imagine you go into the bank and you ask for whatever, a $10,000 loan. The bank says, what are the terms? And you say, okay, the terms are going to be as follows. I'm going to take the 10,000. It's going to be zero interest on that loan. And better yet,